It's actually a terrible way to lose weight, but he will lose weight nonetheless. Rock 1 2.1. What am I saying? Rock 1 2.1 for? We are getting live on the podcast broadcast. Good morning, everybody. We are live on this Wednesday morning. About to have Brittany Battle and guest in studio talk SVP Tucson. It's Rico and I hanging out on a Wednesday.
No, she's not in roller derby.
She's not. She has an excellent roller derby name.
Yep.
It's good to see you, Jeff, Nick, the two early birds on the stream, and we'll have a lot of fun tonight. No Upsall for this podcast. I am going to be recording an interview with Upsall in the afternoon, catching up with her and having a good conversation. Probably just for the interwebs, for her fan base out there. But I'll play clips of it tomorrow morning when we have Herb Stratford on. And Herb's been doing good interviews as well. He didn't come in yesterday because he had that sneak preview of the latest Planet of the Apes movie.
Oh, okay.
This hipster fuck, so
I don't have time for you. I have to go see the apes in their newest saga.
Yeah, the only time I could see it. And I have to drive up to Phoenix because they don't give us anything down here in Tucson. They're like, okay, rightfully so. Good morning, Lisa. Good to see you on the stream. And, it's good to see Rico on a Wednesday. Huh? Yeah. And you're going to hear him on a Thursday, too, because we're going to have a late night going to Club Congress tonight. And I just think it's just, I thought, hey, it's just better if we don't work in the morning. So at least for the first couple hours, so I get some extra sleep, which is
we're doing everybody a favor.
Yeah, absolutely. Before we get into anything, I just saw a memory pop up on my Facebook from 9 years ago.
Oh no!
A little dance party that I hosted in studio. Let's see if it's
always good for cringe, man. When I see like a 10-year-old pop up, I'm like, oh god,
that's true.
Who was that guy?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Let's see. How can I find it on Facebook as far as my memories? Memories. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, I can find it right here. I'm almost there. Yeah. Let's see. Life event.
That's how I know I'm getting old. Like the Facebook interface is just like too confusing for me sometimes.
True. I'm like, they try to update it.
Yeah.
All right. 6 years on this day. 6 years. Frank show was 6 years on this day. Jesus.
How's your stalker fan page going along? Is that still chugging out good content?
I haven't looked at that yet. So I will. Let's see. I do have okay, here it is. Okay, a couple things. You know who the comedian Dion Cole is?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, Dion Cole. You've seen him. He's kind of like a big deal. And it's been so this Dion here. So this is my crew back 9 years ago. Tia, Amy, and Brandy. And Dion Cole. Now, Dion Cole, when he came to the studio, Dion was the funniest because he refused to get out of the car. So he.
What do you mean?
Well, he was performing at House of Comedy. They set up the interview to bring to the podcast. Dion pulls up to my house and he's like, "I'm not getting out of the car. Fuck this place." Right? I'm Dion Cole. I'm a big deal. And you said you're doing radio. We're doing a radio thing, and I show up to like a dilapidated house on the west side. Now, my house, full disclosure, was okay on the outside, but it was
I remember that
West Side Phoenix.
Yeah.
So he would not get out of the car. So
wow.
I had to go up to Dion, explain the situation, let him know that we're excited to have him, and as sketch as it looks, it's actually going to be a great time. I promised him. And so then he sat down. His same old scenario, right? Yeah. He sits down, we start conversating, gets super comfortable. He ends up staying for a full 2 hours. And it's funny because I recall at one point he goes, he's talking about just doing stuff because Dion fell into comedy. Like he basically was like, oh, let me try an open mic. He did an open mic, and within 6 months he's headlining shows and he's making good money. And
natural.
Yeah, he propelled on a trajectory that a lot of comedians aren't fortunate enough to have. A lot of comedians spend years and years
10
struggling.
Years, 15,
yeah. Dion Cole wasn't that person. He almost immediately went to the A-list. And so he's talking about, he's trying to give a metaphor. And he's like, let's say you want to be a rapper. He's like, you can be a rapper, you just go for it. And then next thing you know, and I'm like, well, funny thing you say that, Dion, I was a rapper and look where I'm at right now. Like it didn't necessarily pay the bills. So not everyone has that like golden touch, basically, was what I was trying to say to Dion Cole. But he ended up being a fantastic interview and a good time. Here's another thing that we ended up doing that day, as far as my memories are popped up. Ended up hosting a dance party for whatever reason. Yeah.
It's a very
There you go. Break it down.
Okay.
it's not on the screen.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, that's probably a good thing. And this is, you gotta love my camera on my phone. Yeah. Just had the girls dance. Now, could you Me Too me for this? Maybe.
You did the whip. I'll go like this.
I just really like that song. So this was my level of promotion back in 2015.
Shot in pure hostage tape quality. I love it.
I know, right? Like, and I'm
Like,
yeah,
dance.
I'm
You're
in the
gonna dance for
background
me.
saying, yeah, dance. Like I might as well be having a gun, like pointed at him.
Act
There
like
you go,
like
break
it.
it down.
Okay. You did the whip.
You're just having a ball. You're just like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell
Everybody
else.
has that video on their old Facebook memories.
I would hope so. I would hope I'm not alone
Awkward
on that.
dance drunk night. You're like, oh God, why is this still on here? I will pay somebody in a different country to erase all of this for me.
Yeah, there's our Facebook
Oh.
memories of the day. That's not a bad segment to have. In fact, actually, if you could pull up your memories.
Hell no.
Oh, come on. Stop being so weird. Because, you like we all have cringe moments that we posted on social media over the years, and Facebook is here to remind
Just
us.
say it's for my mental health, bro.
Oh, come on. Nobody cares about your mental health in this society.
Thanks.
They just claim it. They claim it. All right. Well, here's the deal. Let me get Brittany Battle set up with her guest, because we got another SVP fast pitch event that's coming up, and we're going to do a lot. We got some viral videos to share with you, and it's going to be a fun podcast. I promise you that. But we'll do a clip that we recorded yesterday talking about the man card. All right. This is an email that I received and a new segment that we debuted yesterday. And in case you missed it, went a little something like this. Check it out. Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. I got a new segment idea. It's pretty cool because I've been getting these emails. I throw out my email address all the time, right? For F My Life's beefvegan@kfma.com. And that's the email address you could ask any kind of inquiry. It's beefvegan@kfma.com. And I got an interesting email the other day that I want to read with you here. And this question was asked me by Mark. And the thing about this is that he's asking me about his man card and if his man card should be provoked. And I was thinking about it, and I actually have a solution, because I know how to save people's man cards. And I know you do too. We're just a couple alpha bros just alphaing around,
Consult with us, bro.
Yeah. We got your
got
back,
you.
bro. But if there's one thing I know how to do, that's, be a man. Sometimes I'm a little bitch, but sometimes I'm a man too. And whenever I catch myself, not being a man, I try to kind of like overcome to earn my man card back. And that's what I want to do in this situation, help our listener Mark here.
Sure.
Here's what he wrote. He said, "Hi, Beef. I hope this email finds you well. I wanted to share a recent experience with you and get your perspective on something that's been on my mind. My man card. Recently, my wife and I went on a little road trip up to Mount Lemon. It was a beautiful day until we got a flat tire. I must admit, I found myself in an embarrassing situation. I didn't know how to change a tire. And just when I was feeling particularly out of my element, a teenager stopped and effortlessly changed the tire for us right in front of my wife. Now, reflecting on this, I couldn't help but wonder, should my man card be revoked for not being able to handle this basic automotive task? I would love to hear your take on this and any advice you may have. Look forward to your thoughts. Best regards, Mark." It's a well-written email. Yes. And I feel Mark's pain in this situation, even though I know how to change a tire. And in this situation, when you have like someone who's like basically a child showing you up in front of your wife probably has a bunch of random thoughts in her head, like, I married the wrong dude.
Oops.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I thought I married a man. I understand. You're probably feeling embarrassed about this and less than. But I do have a solution for you, Mark, right? Yes, your man card is revoked, but it's temporary. I have a homework assignment for you to do this weekend to earn that man card back. And I think it's brilliant. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. You need to go to YouTube, right? And look up how to change your oil for the make and model of your car. Your task this weekend is to change your own oil. I don't care if you just got an oil change last week. All right. So look it up on YouTube. They give you a step-by-step. The process is actually really simple. And then make sure you get the materials. And in this weekend, you got one assignment and one assignment alone. Actually, let's make it 2 assignments. Okay.
Mhm.
The one assignment is to change your own oil for the very first time in your driveway, wherever the case may be. And that way, you know how to change your oil. And that's a very manly thing to do.
Bonus points if the apartment says you can't do it.
Yeah.
And then do it anyway.
Do it anyways.
Right.
Okay. So that's step 1. Then step 2, after you change the oil, make sweet, sweet love to your wife. Show her
Don't
that
wash
you
your
got your
hands.
man card back. No, stop. You wash your hands,
Aw.
dude. Jesus.
Keep the grease on there. Let me like I'm a grease monkey now, baby.
No, dude. There's could be infections and stuff.
All
and
right.
I don't even know if you
fine.
can say grease monkey in 2024. What are you
Come
doing,
on,
Rico?
dude.
I don't care if you look Italian with that mustache. You can't say that.
Bippity boppity.
So there you go. Mark, I hope this helps you out. But again, yeah, go to YouTube, learn how to change your own oil and change your own oil this weekend. Would you agree or disagree with that assessment?
That's a good assessment.
Yeah. So if you have any other inquiries as to why your man card might be revoked and how to get it back, make sure you email me, beefvegan@kfma.com. We got music on the way from the Red Hot Chili Peppers coming up next on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Oh, I'll explain, Brittany. It's even more because, SVP Tucson is, or SVP, and I say Tucson in the fast pitch. It's kind of like the same thing, right? You're basically helping curate and support and nurture businesses to grow, right? So, and this Brittany Battle's back. David is with us. We're going to be talking about SVP once again, but we're talking about Upsall and the similarities there. So essentially when I took her, started playing her at like 13 years old through the introduction of her dad, and who is an artist as well, who I played on the radio before I ended up meeting and discovering her music. Then I started playing her, and then I started like booking her on shows with other artists that were good artists that, she could look up to and, build that network, and got her first paying gig and things like that. Since then, she has written for Dua Lipa and won the Grammy for that, has toured all over the world, was just in Bali doing songwriting sessions.
Wow.
I mean, doing this like iconic, like rock star lifestyle. And I keep trying to remind her, right? I'm like, look, Taylor, her name's Taylor. I was like, when you blow up, don't forget your Uncle Beef, because, I'm going to need you to be as successful as possible, because this radio thing doesn't love me back, and I'm going to need a job,
Well, what would be your perfect job on the tour with her? I got to know.
Oh, it's something
Bodyguard.
cush. No, not
Bodyguard.
bodyguard. No, that's
Okay.
too much work. I'm talking like something bare minimum, super high salary. I could be
Coffee grinder.
Yeah. Like even like a TM. TM's actually kind of like a hard work, but let's say like traveling publicist, the person
There you go.
who basically is the no man. Like there's, the yes man. You've heard yes man. They're the person who you call and says yes to things. I'm the person that says, no, I'm sorry, and make up some kind of BS excuse.
Right.
She can't do this. And being in media, I deal with no people all the time, right?
You know that game.
Yes, and artists, because that's the game. There's somebody has to be the bad guy, because the artist never wants to be the bad guy, right? So they basically hire somebody to make an excuse to make sure the artist doesn't look like a dick, in so many words. I will be that dick. I am such a good, mean
You're
guy.
You're a great dick.
Can
Yeah,
someone
I'm
send
a
this
great
to
dick.
You're a
Taylor,
great dick.
please? Let's get this on a text to her ASAP.
You
No,
need a
I'm-
dick? I'll be a dick.
Yeah, no, I'll
be
pitch
your
that to
number
her
one
tonight.
dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's the problem in your career right now? You don't have a dick who is being
The dick.
the dick
Yeah.
to people to
Look.
say, back up. No, sorry, she's busy, or, oh, she would love to do that, but unfortunately I double booked her,
Right.
and make all types of
So she can
Oh.
peek
BS
behind the door and
excuses.
go, no,
I
they're
will
fine.
keep you in mind if I ever need a dick.
Oh, yeah. And
That's
you know
what they all say.
I have that recorded on video, and I would love to edit that
Yeah.
up, Brittany Battle.
Thanks, Brittany.
Yeah.
You're the best.
We might not be putting that on the SVP website. I mean, this is more for your audience.
Number
Yes.
one dick in Tucson.
All right. Well, let's welcome our guest,
Sorry,
David.
I
Sorry,
brought you,
David.
David.
Yeah. We're not going to talk like
He's
that
like,
on the
anyway.
radio.
I'm just another dick standing here.
So I don't know what your experiences were on the other radio shows, but around here we do things
I was
differently.
a dick on the other show.
See,
Oh,
who
that's
knows?
good. That's good.
He's
I'm
been a
your
dick too.
all-purpose dick.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good.
See?
All right. Well, now that
We're
we
all
got that
dicks.
out of our system,
Right.
Uh-huh.
Rico, get your last dick out because we're going to be on the FM side.
I'm all dicked out, dude.
All right,
Thank you.
good. Here in 1 minute, and we won't say that anymore.
Okay.
All right, because I'll be the FM side, and we'll get to this nonprofit organization that Brittany Battle is part that provides so much good for the community.
Yeah, we know. Don't give us the shaft. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's go.
So, all right, and I'm glad you guys are liking that as well. So, all right, we got about 40 seconds now, David. What was your pitch? I guess we'll talk more about this on the air. But yeah, you cleaned up in this last SVP, which is fast pitch competition, really, and all the judges and stuff like really dug what you were providing.
Well, they did. I think it didn't help that I made them laugh.
No, that I'm sure that always helps. I mean, honestly, and we'll talk more about that here in about 15 seconds. But the presentation is key, and making it entertaining is definitely going to help get the message across a little bit better, as opposed to being boring about it. And yeah, that's a secret weapon that a lot of people don't have, business owners. So that's good. All right, Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're live on the air and the podcast broadcast at youtube.com/Beef Vegan. Please welcome back a very special guest from SVP Tucson, part of the Fast Pitch organization. And we got Brittany Battle. Good morning, Brittany. And I know there's a way to say this properly. What's the proper branding of SVP and Tucson?
Social venture partners.
Okay, yes. And then the idea of the organization is that you basically have grants to give out to local businesses, entrepreneurs here in town. And throughout the year, there's several different events where these entrepreneurs can basically present their business or organization to a series of judges and a live audience at the Fox Theater. And based off of who wows the judges the most, then they'll receive grant money and be able to fulfill their dream, right?
Yeah, Social Venture Partners, we're an engaged network of philanthropists. So we support nonprofits specifically a lot of different ways through funding them and through capacity building. I'm here because I'm the director of Fast Pitch. And Fast Pitch is a very specific program that helps nonprofit organizations each year. So we have another class every year annually, improve their fundraising and messaging skills through developing a pitch. And then we bring them together at the Fox Theater. We have a global audience. And donors and philanthropists, social change makers, directly donate the causes they care about.
I love it.
So this man sitting right next to me.
Yeah, please
is the
introduce our guest.
TEP, Power to the People, Audience Choice Award winner, David Gordon here. He also won the Judges Award. I mean, when we say he cleaned up, he swept up.
All the categories, huh?
He raised his annual budget through the Fast Pitch programming. So imagine that for a nonprofit who is doing really good work in town to be able to tell their story. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's pass the mic over to him to let him tell you about it, because he really, experienced stardom in this way in terms of sharing why it matters to care about special needs solutions.
Okay, yeah. Well, it is Special Needs Solutions.
Special Needs Solutions is a collection of volunteers who custom make equipment for children and adults who have disabilities.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
Love that. Yeah.
yeah,
So what's an example of some things that they've been able to custom make to help someone with special needs? Because you're talking when it comes to special needs people, everything's different, right? It's like snowflakes. There isn't one set that's going to just fulfill everyone's needs. So you got to customize these things to kind of make their life a little easier, living day to day a little easier. So what's one of those things?
Well, for example, at a high school student who, because of her cerebral palsy, was unable to use her hands to use her iPad.
Okay.
So we made a special chair for her that supported the iPad, and she was able to use her toes to interact with her iPad.
Oh, nice. So yeah. So what's the brain trust behind trying to say, okay, here's the problem that we're having. And then who gets together to try to come up with a solution and then build that solution?
It's the person, him or herself, the family, therapists, and then me and my volunteers.
I love
and
it.
we all go, okay, this is what we want to accomplish. This is what needs to happen so this person can have a fuller life. How do we go about making something that makes that possible? And then we make it.
They're creatives. They're like
Yeah.
engineers. They're Imagineers. If you know who they are in the Disney realm, like they are customizing, making things that don't exist. And you go to their shop and it's awesome. There's sawdust and there's saws and there's sewing, and they are making unique equipment that didn't exist before.
Talk about fulfilling.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
absolutely. Did you have someone in your life that you know or love that had special needs that like created this desire to constantly kind of reach out and try to help people in need?
No, I did not. But I've always been driven to help people.
Yeah.
No matter whether they have special needs or not. To me, everybody's got special needs.
That's true. Yes.
Even you do.
Oh, you know I do.
I
We
know
only met
you
a couple
do, but
minutes ago.
We can talk about that offline. But that's pretty obvious. No, but I always have that. I have the two desires to help people and to make things and figure out how to solve problems.
Yeah.
And the opportunity to do what we're doing is just provided a confluence of all of those things. So I am absolutely blessed that every day I get to put all those things together and help people with the things that I do.
That's beautiful. You know, if people wanted to help out the cause and volunteer, because you work with volunteers, then where could they sign up to be a part of your army, basically trying to do goodwill throughout our community?
Well, they would need to call me. They need to call me.
As simple as that, just hitting you up, huh?
Well, then we got to talk.
Well, yeah. No, I get
vet.
it. There's a process.
Yeah.
Do you vet them as like strictly as somebody who's like fostering a cat would vet like a single dad who's trying to get a cat? That's a side story. I'm sorry. I'm pulling up my own issues.
You're already out.
Okay.
Yeah, you're out. We're done with you.
You know, I can help the special needs. You know, I definitely have, and definitely that's something near and dear to my heart. You know, I have family members who have special needs, and we always love kind of just focusing a spotlight on organizations that bring it together because there's such a joy and just people with special needs in general, being around them, kind of like living angels is what a friend's mom once told me. And, the way that you feel just around them and their energy and then be able to help them in the process is just, good food for the soul.
Well, the point I like to make about them is that they're no different than anybody else.
Right.
The fact that they can't use their hands doesn't change the fact that they're still just as much a human being as everybody else. They have the same needs, desires, wants, as anybody else does. And what we try to do, and what I think is important, is to just help make it more possible for them to manifest who they are in the world.
Yeah.
Just as we all want to manifest who we are in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a beautiful thing. And we're going to keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. We're going to have more Brittany Battle and David talking about the organization and the fast pitch competition at SVP and how possibly if you have an organization that you would like to do a pitch for, how you can get involved. That more information on that is coming up after the Red Hot Chili Peppers on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear.
And what I do find fascinating about it too is this day and age we live in, and like the opportunities that are present, especially within engineering. Like you guys have been using 3D printers, I'm assuming, too, and all that.
No.
Oh,
interesting.
You got to get on that bandwagon, man.
No, he doesn't.
Printers.
I'm just saying it's interesting.
Why not?
What's interesting is that I think he said there are 30,000 people who have disabilities in Arizona.
35,000 young people in Southern Arizona.
So think about that. Insurance isn't covering the cost of special equipment, right?
Right.
They can't go to Walmart and buy a special saddle because they want to ride a horse, but they have cerebral palsy.
Right.
So what he's doing is he's figuring out what they need and then saying, we'll make it happen. And when you walk into that shop, you can feel that vibe. You can feel that vibe of people that are like, we've never made this before. It's never been made anywhere in the world, but we're going to do it. It's super cool. So are people watching right now?
On the podcast.
If you're watching right now and you got, a crazy rich uncle or something, holler. Holler.
If he's bored, he wants to make a difference.
Got good things going on here. Direct your attention, direct your money, direct your support to an organization like this that's actually doing real good work.
David, do you have a website?
Yes, we do.
What is it?
It is snstucson.org.
Easy enough.
Oh. You would think it's easy enough if you could type. But,
And go on to YouTube and type in Fast Pitch Tucson 2024 main event.
okay.
You will get to see his pitch because we have the whole show.
Oh,
like a
let's
2-hour
pull
show,
that up, dude.
But
Yeah,
pull up
let's-
his pitch. I will say, folks, I've done this work for many years. I've never heard anyone end their pitch the way that David did, and it cracks me up still to this day. But it's so genuine and so fun. He ended it. He said,
That's all I have to say to you folks.
yeah,
it's heartfelt.
You got a
said,
catchphrase now.
Everyone's on the end of it. And then he's like,
It's going to end every conversation. now.
that's
Thank
all
you.
I have to say to you folks.
Now, give me your money.
And everyone's money
what
came
now?
rolling in.
What's the website, Brittany?
Our website is,
Yeah, where I can see
S-
this?
go to YouTube.
Oh, okay, go to YouTube. Got it. Let's see.
Yeah, are you guys documenting every build? Everything you do, is it all like on video?
You know, we did do a documentary, so we did capture a lot of behind the scenes. Although at the main event itself, you're just looking at the polished pitch. So what he's going to pull up is David's final pitch on
Okay.
stage, which won him $27,000 in on-stage awards
And it's Fast Pitch 2024.
and lots of other money that came through afterwards. Yep, Fast Pitch 2024.
How many minutes? Oh, I see David right here.
So
Oh, David, you're almost wearing the exact same outfit.
His brand, baby.
You're on brand.
Yeah.
Here, let's check it in action here. Let's see.
Straighten her legs. But she still wants to go places. So we made her a very special pair of knee pads. Pink. And in no time, Raina just destroyed them. So we made her another pair, much stronger. And all of us can look forward to Raina destroying those as well. Because that will mean she is indeed going places, that she's on the move. With your support, Special Needs Solutions will also continue to be on the move and help even more youngsters like Raina. And that's all I have to say to you people.
There it
that's
is.
even better. He says, that's all I have to say to you people. Now, people are waiting at bated breath for every word he says. They don't think he's done, and then bam, he just hits them with it.
Yeah,
And that's
going
all
with
I
the
gotta say about
catchphrase.
that.
That's fantastic. Yeah, was it nerve-wracking for you to get in front of those people, or you have experience doing public speaking?
Well, it was nerve-wracking in the preparation for it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Curiously, interestingly, I was not nervous the night of it. And I think it has to do with the fact that the other people that I was doing it with, the other 7,
Uh-huh.
that towards the end, we became a family, a team, and it relaxed me. And I think it relaxed all of us. Each person went out there and everybody was just killing it, doing beautifully.
Nice.
And I just felt like I was just a part of what they were doing. It wasn't me separate. It was me as a part of them. And I think that made all the difference for me.
Yeah, well, that's a beautiful pitch as well. So instead of it being like a competition, it becomes a community.
It was.
Yeah, that's fantastic as well. And how much time do you have on stage? Will you have like 5 minutes, 3 minutes?
3
minutes.
Well, it is a fast pitch for sure.
It's a clever
you know?
name.
His
Yes, sir.
first pitch, he went over 5 minutes, and of course, I cut him off at 5 minutes. And he says, he goes, "No, 5 minutes. That wasn't 5 minutes." I go, "David, it felt a lot longer, bro."
yeah.
And he goes, "Really?" And I go, "Yeah." So they start to feel 3 minutes
Mm.
versus just kind of rambling.
No, I know. Trust me. And you know, like at time, you lose track of time when you're in that position and the spotlight's on for sure. And it could go either like super fast or super slow. You know, and you know, you could have even like done it for 30 seconds. It felt like it was 15 minutes. But yeah, it
Oh,
seems
yeah.
like you kind of got the kinks out in the audition process by the time it was time to hit the stage at the Fox Theater. Obviously nailed it, dude. So that's great. And then so you're still in communication with the other people who are doing their pitches, huh?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you doing your whatever you can to kind of help them out as well?
Well, I think that we are supportive of each other.
Mhm.
And I suspect that we're going to continue to not just, I think that we're going to continue to be friends.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Now, have you grown up in Tucson? Are you local?
No, I grew up in California, but I've been in Tucson for 24 years now.
Okay, yeah. Well, I
Long
mean, that
enough.
still counts. Yeah. Long. No, we're not going to kick you out for being from California around here after 24 years.
You don't know what a Sonoran dog is?
Yeah. I mean, You know what agave is and things
I
like that.
do.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Well, then pop quiz then. See how local you are.
Okay.
Where do you like to get your tacos at? What's your favorite Mexican restaurant?
My favorite Mexican restaurant. My favorite Mexican restaurant.
It's a loaded question.
That is.
Mhm.
Well, I like El Guerrero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guero.
Yeah. Get your Sonoran dogs there.
Yeah.
Do you believe that they are the originator of the Sonoran dog?
I've heard that.
Yeah, well, there's a little beef going
yeah,
between.
I don't-
Enlighten
know.
us.
Well, it's between El Guerrero and the place that's close by. What is it? I'm forgetting. I'm blanking on the second name, but there's these two. They're both on
Don't be
first. Yeah, and they both lay claim to creating the Sonoran dog. And it's a little bit of a beef. Like they're just like, they will talk
a
poorly
battle.
about each other under their breath and say, no, we're the ones that invented it, Same thing with like the chimichanga. There's debate on who created the chimichanga. And, there are people who claim, well, El Charro claims to be the home and the originator of the chimichanga, and I tend to not argue that. I want to, be a firm believer in El Charro's legacy and, just more great claims of Tucson's fame, when
Be
it
careful,
comes to
get those
food.
4 a.m. phone calls like I heard you're talking about us.
Well, yes, because I'm friends with Chef Gary
Yeah,
from El
careful.
Charro, and he'll chew me out if I even publicly doubt that. But yeah, I love it. All right, we're going to be on here in about 52 seconds, and we're going to talk about how people who might know somebody who wants to donate or people who might want to participate in the Fast Pitch program can do so. So when's the next Fast Pitch that you're going to be hosting?
We always have our big pitch showcase in March or April. So
Mhm.
next year will be April 3rd, 2025. But before we can have a pitch showcase, I need to figure out who the next nonprofit class is.
Yeah,
So we open up applications in August.
that's nice.
And I'll be looking like, who's my next David Gordon?
Yeah.
How many
For you?
applications do you get every year?
We get about 50, between 50, a little over that. It
Oh,
might
okay.
get more as we're growing and
Yeah.
evolving, but we got to narrow it down to 8, and we have a selection committee that does that.
Mhm.
Nice, yeah. I think it's BK's and Guerrero Canelo, or whatever. I can't say it. Whatever.
You make fun of me.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. Well, look, first off, reading has never been a strong suit, but of mine. But either way, welcome back to the Rock 102.1. Of course, we have David in the studio, and his fantastic organization has been the latest Fast Pitch award winner, recipient of grants, so they can continue to provide specialized, customized items for people in need. And Brittany is going to open up the application process. So, the Fast Pitch program is a fantastic nonprofit organization that looks for other nonprofit organizations that might need any kind of financial assistance. Now, there's 2 ways to do this. If you own or operate or run or know of a nonprofit organization that would like to participate, we're going to let you know how you could submit an application. Or if you just want to contribute funds to continue to keep this great organization going and add resources to the nonprofits that they're spotlighting and awarding for, putting their best effort in our community, then Brittany's here to tell us all that. So where do we start, Brittany?
Look, I'm looking for my next Fast Pitch class coming up soon. I'm looking for the next David Gordon, the next cohort of nonprofits that want to tell their story and seek a lot of funding. So, and awareness and support. So August, probably around August 1st, the first week of August, I'm going to open applications. So if you're a nonprofit, come apply, please. We usually select our class somewhere in November, December, and then boom, they hit the ground running in January and they get their training, and then they have the beautiful pitch showcase in the spring. So call me, email me. I'm Brittany at svptucson.org. That's my email. Or Google us. Find us on our website, svptucson.org.
Yes. And then what are some previous success stories from organizations that you've been able to help out and contribute over the past couple of years?
Gosh, there's so many.
Yeah.
We've had an organization, SARSEF, that really, they told us they grew their annual budget 500% after getting through Fast Pitch.
Nice.
Because we help put organizations on the map, on a global stage, and we direct funding support and community support right to them. And we've had a lot of other organizations. David raised his annual budget in Fast Pitch. So,
Nice.
we want to keep seeing that sort of impact. Our average is 144% annual increase average per, for the organizations that have been in our program after 5 years. So we're watching, we're really, really paying attention to what, the power of storytelling and the power of bringing a philanthropic community together around storytelling and collaboration and community. And so, I hope to see it grow more, and that impact, that financial and that awareness for these organizations evolves in a way that we can keep serving our community. And
Absolutely. It's a brilliant concept. And, people who are involved in these kind of organizations are obviously passionate about it.
Yeah.
So you give them an opportunity to open up the floor and, just speak from the heart about why they do this and they could commit to this as their life work. David, tell everyone where they can find you and participate. Check out your fantastic organization, make any kind of contributions, or even try to offer to be a volunteer.
Well, you can find us on the internet, right?
On the internet, yeah.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. It's snstucson.org. You can get a hold of me there. And you'll get to see lots of examples of what we do, find out all about what we do. And of course, we do use volunteers. We use people who, our volunteers are people who come in every week and work either in our wood shop or sewing or electronics, varnishing, assembly. And we're glad to have people want to participate in helping others.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So yeah, even if you got a skill or a trade like woodworking, you're passionate about it, you want to volunteer your time to a great organization, David's got that organization for you. Well, always a pleasure catching up with you, Brittany. David, a pleasure to meet you.
Me as well.
Yes, and thank you guys for coming in, and we will talk again soon, and keep an eye on all the fantastic work that you're providing for our backyard. All right, we're going to hit the reset on the FM side, and we'll keep things moving. Be back after music from Green Day and Nickelback on Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's hard to say Nickelback with a straight face.
That was a good fast. That was a good fast pitch, dude.
Yeah, thanks. No, my fast pitch.
Your
His
fast pitch for the fast pitch was a good fast pitch.
I have a fast pitch for a fast pitch. If you need somebody to do a fast pitch on fast pitch,
I love it.
Then that's a good fast pitch.
I love it.
And radio is pretty much nonprofit. Not that we're not a commercial business. We just don't make profit.
Right.
So,
Yeah, technically nonprofit.
Yeah.
In a technical sense.
According to those who want,
I don't
when
know.
I ask for a raise, they say, "Oh no, we're a not profit organization."
Uncle Sam doesn't see it that way, but we do.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird.
Well,
With your organization, do you have a lot of colleges reaching out or a lot of local schools trying to get involved as well?
Well, we have we provide equipment for a lot of the schools.
Uh-huh.
They all have special needs programs,
Mhm.
and we are in touch with all. We work with all of them in providing equipment.
Wow.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, it's fantastic meeting
Very
you guys.
fascinating.
Let me play a video clip from yesterday. If you wanted to take a picture, we'll take a little picture.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, and so here is Pageant Troubles. We'll be right back with Florida Man and more on Rock 102.1. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Yes, Ronnie Racky is on fire right now, releasing new songs, Falling in Reverse. Tech Nine's on the latest one that's just straight fire.
Alex Terrible.
Alex Terrible, yeah. So he's just collaborating with a bunch of people, working overtime, and of course announced the tour that's going to be making a stop in Arizona here in the fall. And those tickets go on sale today at 10 a.m. But you have two different opportunities this morning to win tickets to see Falling in Reverse along with Tech Nine. And who's the other band? Another big ass band. I just posted it. Oh yeah, Black Veil Brides.
Yes.
And Gavin Dance. So I mean, it's basically like a mini festival. The Popular Monster Tour 2 World Domination is making a stop to Phoenix in I think September, and you can win tickets for that in the 7 o'clock hour for your first opportunity, and in the 8 o'clock hour as well. There's something that caught my attention last night that's very odd. There's a basically, and this isn't really new information as far as when it comes to beauty pageants and the pageant system, but there's been recent allegations of toxicity within the organization of Miss Teen USA and Miss USA.
Mhm.
And just recently, all right, within the last month, both the Miss Teen USA winner and the Miss USA winner have stepped down from being the crowned queen or whatever you call it, the Miss USA.
Huh,
They said, I don't want it. Well, this is where it gets interesting. And concerned fans are starting to like conspire and say there's some sort of hidden message being said here. Now, the Miss USA winner, her name is Noella Voigt. She's 24 years old and she's beautiful. And she concerned fans this week after she became the first winner in history to relinquish her crown. And Eagle Eye supporters spotted an anonymous hidden message in her statement, because she released like a page-long statement saying why she was stepping down. Now, on the surface, it's because she struggled with her mental health since becoming champion 7 months ago. And her resignation was quickly followed by Miss Teen USA. Her name was Uma Sofia, and she's 17 years old. And she quit on Wednesday, saying in her own statement that her values no longer fully align with the direction of the organization. So what the hell's going on with the organization?
I don't know.
Now, here's what Eagle Eye fans spotted. A code in her statement. I'm talking about Miss USA, Noella. And I'm probably pronouncing her name wrong. But they noticed that the first letter in each sentence of her statement spelled. Let me interrupt that just because I want to bask in that quote from Brittany. Obviously, Brittany is a very beautiful woman. And then she's just like, she'll think of me whenever she needs a dick. And I'm like, God, you said it. I'm going to hold you to that. Of course, it was just a joke. And, I was like, hey, you want my like phone number and stuff? And she's like, no.
Oh, you're going to donate $100,000? You're like, yeah,
no,
we'll talk.
That was fun. She's
great.
always fun and has like a super energy.
The kind you need for an organization like that, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Go get her.
And she's adorable, but you know what? That's the thing. It's like you can't say that. You can't say that to me because then I'm in my head. I'm already like walking down the aisle. And
I'm over there in the corner
divorce.
shaking. Like, do you know what you just did?
Yeah, you're creating a
you know what you
monster.
just done?
Yeah,
This is Be Vegan.
like Rico knows for the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna be like, hey, remember Brittany Battle? Yeah, she wants me. Yeah, Yep.
Jesus.
Got the old charm. Still got it. Uncle Beef still got it, man.
I gotta find me a Tiffany Slayer or something with a cool name just to come back.
Yeah, no. I mean, she does have an awesome name too. So
That's a cool name.
yeah,
Like,
Double
hell
B.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
The battle.
Beef Vegan Brittany Battle. You know what? It writes itself. Happily ever after, right?
God.
All right. Yeah. No, I'll stop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get it out.
Well, I got too excited. I'm just like, we've been talking the past couple of weeks. I've been documenting it, guys. There's been
a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, good and bad, and I've definitely been getting beat up a couple times. So to even have that little moment of that quote, even though it was all a joke, it doesn't matter. Still counts. So, I mean, I'm never gonna date her in real life, but still, you heard what she said. Still counts.
And in like a multiverse, it converged with my unit. It's working.
Still counts.
Sure.
100%. Like up. Yeah.
Beef, I just see you happy. It's good. Okay. All right. We're good vibes.
Yeah. So
bask in it. Just not for 3 weeks. Okay.
All right. I'll try not for like 3 weeks. We'll see how many times I bring it up. You guys keep track of how many times I bring it up.
Or play it on air.
Yeah.
She gives you a call. Like, would you please stop doing that? What? You said it. You said I could use it.
What's so great too is that we get a nonprofit organization in, both Dave and Brittany. It's a very respectful organization, and they just went to Mix and they went to KLPX and
all
ESPN.
shiny, all nice.
And it's all like super professional and everything. And then within minutes,
sticks.
Yeah, that's the charm that we have here on this show, and that's what makes us different from the rest. And
it's a nice release. Probably like, you got to be all nice and proper. We're like, no, dicks.
Cock. I know. I mean, I wonder what the count is. If we went through and did a counter, how many times a dick was said.
I'll Venmo whoever in the comments does it.
Yeah,
$1.
Okay, there you go.
$1.50.
If you could guesstimate, what's the over under of dicks? Yes, I got that. Riz, Chef Gary.
Chef Gary, stop. Don't do it.
Did you see Brittany Battle? Yeah, you see what she said? That's Riz. That is
fire.
Riz. Tonight we're gonna be hanging out with
now you're gonna have so much Riz walking into a teeny bopper pop show.
It's not gonna be teeny bopper, okay? I think it's 18 and up.
Yes, good.
Yeah, we'll check IDs. But no,
It's got
honestly,
two guys in the corner just standing there with their arms crossed like chaperones.
well, you know what's funny is because I know that because it's the Tucson show, I know Upsol's dad, Mike, who's my buddy, is going to be at the show.
Oh,
so
he is. Cool.
we are very much going to be the dad corner. So there is no Riz in that situation. I did have a girl last time. Now, you know, I was in a relationship anyways, and, you know, she was pushing up on me just to kind of get close. She was basically a groupie for Upsall, being like, whose dick do I got to suck to get to know Upsall?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Now, I had my daughter there and everything. Everything about it was kind of inappropriate, and I shut her down. In fact, actually, I passed her on to Powers. And and Powers actually like attempted to go for it. And then she, she came to her senses. But yeah, like when she realized that Powers really had no swing in knowing anything Upsall. Here's a funny story about that,
He
too.
starts making things up about her. Yeah, she's great. Her middle name's Diana.
That's what it was.
What?
So Powers tried to. I explained the situation, and he comes to the show. He sees her. She's fantastic, and then he tries to be. Sometimes he's a know-it-all, know-nothing, right? So he was trying to tell me how she could make it, right, and what he could do to help her. And I'm like, you don't understand. And he's like, no, well, you know what I could do is I could share her posts and stuff. Like, yeah, dude. Look. Here, do me a favor. Just pull up her fucking Wikipedia or pull up her YouTube. Look at her spot. And so then I pulled up her Spotify.
Yeah.
I was like, let me just show you something real quick.
Right.
And I pull up a Spotify, and then like the song's like 60 something million view, like spins and shit.
Right.
I'm like, you see these numbers? Oh, wow. I'm like, yeah, she's signed to Arista Records, dude. That's a major label. So
she's not a local talent show try hard right now.
I
It's like,
appreciate-
no.
Yeah. I appreciate the thought, right? You know, like, yeah, you want to help, and that's great, right? But unfortunately, you're jumping way ahead, and you have no contribution to this whatsoever, and there's nothing that you can do. It was just fine.
You gave him the old, oh, bless your heart.
Yes,
Yeah.
I said, bless your heart.
Bless your heart. So I like the South. They can get it out of the way real quick. Oh, bless your heart.
Yeah. And yeah, Powers is a school teacher now. He's a wacky art teacher for the high school. So, okay, good. Sarah's calculating dicks.
No AI. Do it yourself. Don't put a dick counter filter on there.
Oh,
we'll know.
The AI dick counter. Rock 1
I will
2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're live here, back on the podcast broadcast. Once again, like thank Brittany Battle and David for coming in and hanging out with us. Always a fun time. I wonder. I'm pretty sure Brittany Battle's in a relationship. If she wasn't, she should probably think about using Hinge, because Hinge just came up with a new program that I find fascinating. And I didn't mean to type Brittany into this conversation. I'm just segueing. Let me go to the phones first. Rock 1 2.1. Who's this?
Hey, this is Mark.
Mark, you've been calling me all morning, have you not?
No, this is the first time today.
Okay, what's up?
But anyways, I won some tickets on the soccer game for Saturday,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to be able to go, man. So if you guys want to go ahead, just offer them back up, whatever.
I appreciate that. We're on the air right now, Mark, though, so it's not that big of a deal, but I appreciate it. Was very kind of you to let me know.
Good karma.
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend's watching 20 games on Sunday, so he wasn't interested in going on Saturday.
Well, your friend's lame, but that's all right, though. Thanks for letting
man.
us know, dude. It's FC Tucson tickets. We'll give my Mark's tickets away here in a little bit. So thank you for your call, Mark. But we don't need to do that while on the air.
I love that.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh.
Yeah, I'm trying to segue here. My segue is derailed all over
I
the
like
place.
your face. It lights up. You're like, a call. Okay, please be interesting. Please be interesting.
Look,
Hey, man.
I could already hear Todd yelling at me in my subconscious of this is why you don't answer the phones while you're live on the air. And he's also yelling, this is why I should have a phone screener, which, most morning shows do have. So this kind of conversation.
We do it raw, baby.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, we are 100% obtainable. Like you can get at us at any time and reach us either by calling us or emailing us. And we are that morning show of the people. So if you have a question, then feel free, holler at your boys. But let me talk about this dating app, because what's the worst part of dating, Rico?
The sheer amount of immediate disappointment.
Okay, well, that's maybe your worst part. For most people, it's ghosting. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Ghosting is obviously a problem when it comes to dating, and Hinge has figured out a way to ban ghosting, which I'm like, okay, tell me more because this seems
That's
like an impossible
odd.
feat,
Yeah.
right? All right, so here's what they're doing to ban ghosting, and it's a pretty interesting concept. They're testing a feature called Your Turn Limits, okay, which is meant to boost the focus on quality over quantity. And here's how it works. They say if a person has 8 or more people waiting for a response, then you can't start a new connection unless you either reply to those people or officially choose to end the conversation with them.
Whoa.
Now, this is
Some
brilliant because
closure.
yes, dude.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to online dating and dating apps, it's a numbers game.
Right.
And you end up, matching with people who, you might go and then the conversation really goes nowhere and you end up getting distracted. We're all ADD in a way and go on to the next conversation. Not spitefully, not to do it as far as
It's a very
rules or
out of
game.
sight, out of mind mentality.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. And so, and it's crazy that they're giving you 8 as the number.
I love it though.
So you
It's
could,
like the hierarchy.
yeah.
It's like, oh, it's like top 8 of MySpace again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So if you got Tom on that list, you better respond back to him if you want to talk to his buddy Harry. So in other words, if it's your turn to talk, you have to either talk or let the person know that you're moving on so they're not left hanging. And then you give some closure. And so they say it isn't just to keep ghosters in check. It's also about keeping users from getting overwhelmed and burnt out. And those must be attractive
Interesting.
users that get a lot of matches because I never see that problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, whenever there's a match, I'm like, oh my God, a match! Oh, it's happened. I call my mom. I found her. She let me look. Oh, wait a second. She wants all my credit card information. Damn it! I got fooled again. Swindle. But yeah, so
I'll be
Hinge.
interested in what the response has to be on the ghosting though. Like, is it automated? Like, I wonder if it has like an AI automated response. Like, sorry, we're not a fit. Goodbye. Here's a free Amazon gift card.
Not everything's AI yet.
Okay,
but
you
yes.
have to respond.
Yeah, you have to respond. And if you don't know how to speak from the heart, then yeah, go to AI and ask them how to
ChatGPT.
shut it down. Yeah.
How do I end ghosting?
Yeah.
How do I end this?
Yeah, so there you go. Hinge trying to make strides. So these dating apps always constantly trying to evolve, and that's the latest development. Let's hit the reset. We got a beef tip coming up after these words. We'll keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast, though. You can join us, youtube.com/beefvegan. Clear.
Hey, look, Bella Wolf has a very relevant question for you to answer right now.
Did you just try to call me while on the air, Bella?
No.
Well, I think she
Oh,
did.
maybe she did. Who's performing? Well,
Hey, can you get me the list of performers for tonight? Can't find who's performing besides Upsall. Okay. Well, that's simple. It's going to be Ray L, and it's also going to be this woman who's got Instagram handle.
Brittany Battle.
No, that has beef in it. And I'm like, she's from Phoenix too. And I'm like, her Instagram handle is beef jerky bih. And I almost want to sue her. Her name's Chloe Tang. She's got about 10,000 followers. Here's what Chloe looks like. And Chloe's a star as well. So this is a good addition, so it's going to be 3 female performers, all strong female performers, with Ray L opening it up at 7:00. And so here is
Cool.
Yeah, Chloe, with her band, super hip, obviously.
She's bad.
Now, if I was still in Phoenix, Chloe would be an artist that I would have in rotation on my indie station. Obviously, look, they look like they're fucking models straight out of LA. Like, these guys are going to be
Very
way too
LA,
cool.
vampire chic.
Yeah, man. Like,
Yeah, I'm
too
all about
cool
it.
for us to hang out with. Like, who the fuck is this guy in the
I
background?
want to be that guy so bad.
I
It's going to be the
know.
walking guy with leather matrix vampire vibes.
Yeah, he's got a look
Yeah.
where he just like, man,
It's like, mess with us.
yeah, like everyone I like just meet, I end up having sex with. It's
I know.
exhausting.
The more bored you look, the more cooler you look.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm in a music video again. Yeah, just
Tired of
'cause-
modeling.
yeah, just because I'm just like, one of these like professional sex gods, whatever.
Whatever. Tired
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, Chloe Tang versus Beef Vegan. I look forward to meeting Chloe though. Beef Jerky B, and wondering why she changed her name to Beef Jerky B.
Interesting.
Yeah,
you can ask her firsthand. Be like, hey, I got a thing I got to ask you about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why you
clever. That's a nice, catchy little song though, and videos that she's out there, and she's putting in all the work. Rolling Stone actually put her on the list. Let's see.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So it's 10 rising AAPI artists you need to know. So celebrating Asian American Pacific Islanders, and she's on that list,
Cool.
which is a good representation of Arizona as well. And then we're gonna rage with you tonight in Tucson. And there's Upsall.
There she is.
Yeah. More Chloe. Let's see. Club Congress. Boom. Supporting Upsall. So she's getting lots of press. Let's hear what she has to say in this interview.
That are obviously in the industry, but not only in the industry, but also kind of like in your personal life. Like people don't really talk about that, but in your personal life, I think there's a lot of things mentally that you have to overcome and just kind of like push through. And I think even I still struggle with like powering through some of these like doubts and like, the imposter syndrome and stuff like that. And also just the people that you're around,
You ever suffer from imposter syndrome, Rico?
Oh my God, yes. You kidding me? All my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Who do you think you're impostering?
Oh, you know what that means?
Imposter syndrome?
Yeah.
Well, you don't feel like you're as good enough as.
And then people are like, no, you're talented. You're like, oh yeah, I guess.
Did you just get disappointed? Like, God damn, he's so stupid. I didn't realize this. I've been working.
Having a serious conversation, like, who are you impostering?
Sorry. Okay. And honestly, I suffer from imposter syndrome as well.
Do.
Yes. Especially when you're in entertainment and you want to say, okay, hey, I deserve this much because I feel like I have this kind of talent and people like me. And then you're like, wait, do they like me? Maybe they hate me. It's a struggle and a burden that you deal with on a
then you throw in the algorithm and you're just like, oh God, my brain.
Yeah. Sometimes the algorithm hates you. Maybe it's your hashtags. I did come across a TikTok that you put out yesterday, which is a fantastic, the other day, which is a fantastic TikTok with like 0 likes. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like nobody can give this guy a like. This is good shit.
No, that's why you got, like I said, you always got to shotgun the material, the same thing across all platforms. And some will go like crazy. And the other ones are just fall flat. So it's just, you can't take it personal. It's just funny.
That's how our YouTube shorts have been.
Yep.
We've had like a dry spell YouTube shorts, and then the same clip on TikTok right now is kind of blowing up. So just putting it out there. All right,
diversify.
Our beef tip is kind of a continuation of what we're doing here as far as ghosting. Well, 5 ways to end a text conversation.
That's kind of brilliant, though, that whole thing with Hinge.
I actually like it a lot. It makes me honestly want to sign up for Hinge, even though I'm not currently looking.
You have to respond to me.
Rock 1-2.1 May. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. That is fair. I mean, well, here's the question then, the hypothetical. Would you rather 8 people ghost you or 8 people reject you in a row? Right?
Good question.
Yeah. So, I mean, as Hinge developed that, and yes, I think that's good for our people who need closure and moving forward, and those who may feel overwhelmed in online dating and talking to too many people at once and spreading that around.
Just think about this. I think you're a really nice guy 8 times in a row. That would destroy you.
Yeah.
You're really nice, bud.
Right.
You're really nice, bud.
Yes.
That was fun, but
it's
like arrows.
Exactly right. So sometimes like ghosting is the safer option. I'd rather not know. But they say 8 is the number where you can't exceed that. So I'm sure you could technically ghost 7 people and still communicate with an 8th person.
Sure.
Yeah, but you just can't go over that number 8. And honestly, if you're matching with that many people on a dating app, ghosting is the least of your problems, bud. I think STDs is something you be considered about because it seems like you could get around. Yeah. All right. Well, that's all the time we have for the show today. Tomorrow, we're going to have Herb Stratford on. Upsall, who's performing at Club Congress tonight, is going to be part of the podcast as well. Very excited about that show. Rael's kicking it off at 7 o'clock. Rico and I are going to be out there. So if you're looking for a party on a Wednesday night, you can join us, Club Congress. Get some live music in your life. Before we leave, let's end with a beef tip. Now, we talked about ghosting. What about ending text conversations with people that you know and like? Right? Well, those are difficult to do as well. But according to experts, there are things that you could say to properly end a text conversation. Here are some simple phrases to use for wrapping up a text as recommended by psychologists. You can use take care and stay safe, talk to you soon, I'm here if you need to talk more. Let me know if you need anything. Thanks for sharing your thoughts with me. And bye, Bay. All right.
Bye, Bay.
Yeah, that's the last one. I threw in bye, Bay.
Okay.
That's the way that I'm going to end our text conversations.
Okay, as long as it's not the same emoji you've been using, that's fine.
You don't like them? You don't like eggplants?
I hate eggplants.
They're delicious. Okay, Bay.
Damn it.
All right. Well, there you go. Your beef tip. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. We had fun doing the show for you. Robin Ash is up next. She has tickets for Falling in Reverse, and so does Razor. So just keep listening all day long to Rock 102.1 for your opportunities to win. Until then, we'll be back tomorrow morning bright and early. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish upon a side of beef, soon will come and end to all your grief.
I had a lot of fun. You're a great guy, but
I'll think of you when I need dick.
I will not.
Yeah, that's the quote of the fucking century.
My God.
Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
I love you, Brittany Battle.